Hey, good rainy morning to you people. This morning, this is the beginning of part 13 of the bus build, and I'm still working on the shower. I managed to figure out a way to make the drain work by lifting up the shower pan and routing the drain pipe out the side of the van. And right now I'm putting the drain in, and it's real similar to the sink drain. It does not have the strainer in it. Matter of fact, the reason that looks all blue is because there's a little protective coating on it. It has the same, it's a compression fitting for 1.5 inch drain pipe. And since I'm going to be using an RV drain pipe, same thing I'm using on the sink. See, it has the flexible drain line, 3/4 inch extension, and it just screws onto the back of it. Now, since I can't get to the back side of this one after I put it down, I am going to tape this to make sure it does not leak. And get that back off. This mounts the same way. It has a lock nut on the back. And you see how that is. It's got the flat side, and it's got a side that has the cogs for the putting the wrench on it. Flat side goes toward the gaskets. It's got the paper gasket, and it has the rubber gasket. Nothing goes on in here besides a little bit of sealer. Sticks into the drain pan. Then these go on from the underside. First the rubber, then the paper. Then the flat side of the nut goes up against the paper. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the pan, and I'll let you guys come along with me here. Give me a second. Okay, back with you. I was going to sit there and show you, but look who got in my chair. Yeah, the pest. So he'll just sit there and I'll do it standing up here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of sealer on the back edge of this drain, shower drain. And give me a second here. Things are not cooperating. Got a little clog or something there. Okay, here we go. Cold. Sealer's not cooperating very good. I don't want to get too much on there because I don't want it to squeeze out all over everything. So I'm going to go ahead and set that into there. Press it down into position. And so far so good, nice and clean. Okay, so next, I might as well center this. There it is. So next is the rubber washer, paper washer, lock nut, left-handed naturally, it's going to be a little argumentative. Okay, now there's like I was talking last time about this, there's a special tool to lock this down, but I just use a pair of needle nose and I just stick it in the hole like that and hold it, and I'll just grab that nut and cinch it down. There. You don't have to over tighten it. You don't want to cause yourself a problem. And there's our sink. our drain. Now I'm going to mount this into the floor. This is my riser, and that's going to allow me to run a drain pipe underneath here than out the wall, and I don't have to deal with going through the floor. There was a lot of stuff down there. My part of my AC's down there, a bunch of lines, so I decided to go out the side of the wall with it. All right, I'll take you inside and show you the rest. Okay, I'm back with you. This is what I ended up with. I ended up going through the wall right there and outside to a drain. This is a regular RV drain. You can see right there where I started to drill the hole over slightly, and I just barely started, and I thought, man, there could be that center window support there that supports the whole wall. And I measured it out, and sure enough, I was going to hit that by about a ½ an inch. I caught myself this time. I think that hole in the floor, I'm going to take the plug and I'm going to seal around it, and I'm going to stick that back in, put a screw into that see that half brace sitting out there? Put a screw into that, and then this will go over it, and that'll seal that whole area up. Don't want any cold air coming in there. And I put the edging on the wall here. I put one on the other side there, and I braced the floor in a little bit with the bottom of the wall with the L brackets. And I thought that would hold it a little better. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get that riser put in there and get the drain hooked up, and I'll bring you along with that after I get it set in there and show you how that all worked out. Okay, I've got the shower all figured out now. I've got it installed. You can see it's got a base under it. Now, next thing I got to do is I've got to put the fiberglass walls in here. Doing a half wall, 24 inches wide on that side, full back wall, and this wall will be full. And see where I have it stopped right there? That's where the white fiberglass board's going to stop, and it's also going to go across here and across this side also. It's not going to go full height. I will go ahead and sand this upper part and coat it with a nice waterproof material, and it'll have an edging across the top there. So this is what I ended up with, and I measured it, and I'm at 6'1" on the inside of the shower. So it's not ideal, but that's the way it worked out. And I'll show you what I have on the outside. That's if the camera will pick it up. It's a little bit dark. See that? That's for the sink. That's the drain for the sink wastewater tank, the gray water tank. I didn't show that to you before. But basically I put the same exact thing over here. And instead of having a gray water tank, this one over here is going to have to have a auxiliary tank on the outside. It'll just be a hose going down to a tank here, and you'll be able to dump it. It'll just be shower water. You can dump it anywhere if you use biodegradable soaps. You know, things are good for the ecology. But anyway, I was hoping I would get a tank under this, but it isn't going to work. But for what I ran into, I think it all worked out pretty good. All right, I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Okay, guys, I put a subfloor down, 3/4 inch birch subfloor, and I tiled it in. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think, Rubes? Huh? You all right? You sound like you're complaining to me. Well, I'm kind of tired. I think I'm going to call it a day.